Today's market transcends beyond ups and shops. Global trends sets the pace for today's trader. On Africa Business Radio, we bring you Social Trader, keeping you updated around the world of online business across social media platforms on africabusinessradio.com.
I tell you what, if you do the hard work as an entrepreneur, your dream will definitely come through. Remember those times when you stayed up late? Those times you worked so hard? Times when you don't even feel like working? You're too tired? You don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. Now it's a dream. And you are definitely on the path to success. Well, what more can I say? That's some sort of motivation coming from me to you. So welcome to another edition of your one and only business show on radio. Social Trader is what it is in case you're tuning in for the first time. This is a show where we rub minds as entrepreneurs, share ideas and inspire each other to do better and grow bigger in the business sector. So all you need to do is sit back, relax and get yourself a chill glass of water, wine or soda, just whatever makes you happy. Because after this break, I will be back to take you on a jolly good ride on how to make more money than you already are. My name is Onoja. Don't touch the dial.
You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available as podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Successful entrepreneurs have a passion for what they do. So working hard is part of their DNA. But anyone who is successful also recognizes that life and work are a marathon, not a sprint. They also need a downtime on the weekend to ensure they are up to the task of being creative problem solvers and innovators Monday through Friday. On this Trends this week, I would like to be telling you some of the best ways you can spend a weekend as an entrepreneur. The first way and the best way to spend your leisures or your weekend is wake up at about the same time. Wake up at about the same time. Now, successful entrepreneurs understand staying on track for the week ahead means keeping the same sleeping patterns, even on the weekends. That means going to bed and getting up at about the same time all week. This is because circadian rhythm will stay consistent, so your body will naturally know when it's time to sleep and when to wake up. As tempting as that might be to sleep in, doing so can throw off your sleep/wake cycles, disrupting sleep patterns and giving you a poor night's rest. Make sure you aim to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night to avoid a sleep deficit. Also, getting up early means you will be ready for whatever the day brings and you have time to accomplish all the things you hope to do. The second way is spend quality time with loved ones. Spend quality time with loved ones. It is no surprise that weekdays can be hectic and filled with obligations. There's a good chance you spend more time in front of your computer with co-workers and even colleagues than with the most important people in your life. Make sure you're tending to the quality relationships in your life by making them a priority on the weekends. Have a date night with a partner, go for a long walk, or enjoy a leisurely lunch with a friend. Make sure you're building and maintaining those relationships by listening to them, and then share what's on your mind and how you're feeling. The support and connection you feel with others will give you resiliency and can give you support in stressful times. The third way to spend a leisure time, the best way to spend a leisure time is pursue a passion. Pursue a passion. Is there a hobby or activity you've been wanting to try but have never made time for? Dedicate some weekend time to pursuing a passion outside work and beyond your normal day-to-day obligations. Maybe you've always wanted to learn to paint, take up photography, or write a novel. Whether it's a long-lost hobby or a labor of love you've always dreamt of embarking on, stop telling yourself you'll get around it someday. Set aside a quiet weekend morning or afternoon to work on it. Pursuing your interests beyond work improves your mental health and reduces stress level. Plus, focusing on that activity outside of work will improve your activity and give you a chance to look at life from a new and different perspective. Well, that's it on My Trend this week. How about we take a short break, and when we return, we shall get to meet our social trader guest for this week. And I'm so excited, guys. Don't go nowhere.
Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Today's market transcends beyond herbs and shops. Global Trends sets the pace for today's trader. On Africa Business Radio, we bring you Social Trader, keeping you updated around the world of online business across social media platforms on africabusinessradio.com.
Welcome back, guys, and it's supremely exciting to know that you're still tuned in. Remember, this is Social Trader on Africa Business Radio, and this is officially our guest segment where we bring to you another entrepreneur who took giant steps towards making her dream become a reality. Now, I'm very excited because this personality right here is such a creative personality, and I can't wait for you to join us in the conversation and get to hear how she went through this massive dream, and today is something we want to reckon with. So first of all, let me introduce my guest on this week's edition. So she happens to be our social trader first off. Her name is Adu Oluwaseun, a graduate of political science and international relations from Crawford University. She is the chief executive officer, Garri Empire. I know that name is already catchy and you cannot wait for us to get into detail. Now, Garri Empire is the home of crispy and crunchy Ijebu Garri, which she founded in 2018. Hi, Oluwaseun.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Tell me. Garri Empire sounds like a very catchy name. It is. It doesn't just sound. It is indeed a catchy name.
Yes.
How did you come about that brand?
I was working one day and I was thinking about the business idea, and my mom went to she went to Ogun State to see one of our lands, and she brought this Garri from Ogun State. And when she came, I'm like, oh, this Garri is very nice. So I just brought the idea that, okay, Garri, what can I do? What can I name this brand, Garri? So I just said, okay, Garri Empire, because I wanted to expand what I was doing. So I knew that if I said Garri Empire, I was going to be building more on the Garri.
I was going to get to that because we have variety of products here.
Yes.
So I was wondering, why Garri Empire? Why do you have Garri Empire when you have a lot of varieties in front of us right now?
Okay, I started with Garri. That was my intention. And I was thinking of introducing more items. That was granite.
Okay.
So I never thought about this it was just granite, just Garri and granite. So December I was trying to do an amper, and I just brought in all this in one amper.
Okay.
So when I saw that people liked the amper, I just decided to, okay, let me see how it's going to work. So when I introduced it,
Boom.
it moved. Yeah.
Okay, so it's Garri Empire is something you wanted to do, or it just happened by chance?
It just happened by chance because I'm not really, I never thought I was going to be an entrepreneur. I was like 9-to-5 person. I like the office thing.
Now that takes me back to what you studied in school. Now you studied political science and international relations from the University of Crawford.
Yeah.
And now you're out doing some business stuff. Now, people like me would be expecting you like in the political world, shooting big legs and stuff.
Yeah.
What happened to that career?
Okay. When I finished school, I thought of going to French school because of what I read, and I wanted to be either an air hostess or a diplomat.
Okay.
But I didn't further that when I finished school. So I just when I finished, I got a job like instantly.
Okay.
So I didn't really focus on that. So I was moving from one place to another, like different companies. But my sister just said, oh, since you really know how to talk, you talk a lot, you know how to advertise, you're a marketer, so why not just do this as a side job while I was working at a luxury store? I'm like, I don't want to do Garri. Garri is not my thing.
Exactly.
So I'm like, she had to emphasize, she had to force and I'm like, okay, let me just give it a try. So when I started, my first day when I started, I just did a video and I was playing Wasiwa in day and I was dancing and the next thing I just got an order from a woman on Instagram, like, okay. I hope the way you're dancing, you look so pretty, I hope your Garri is going to be very nice. And she just ordered like 5, and I was doing 2.5 kg then. Okay. She was just like, oh really? Wow, very, very impressive. And she ordered another one. So that's how it's true. That platform, the Instagram platform, that's what made me like, okay, people
really encouraging.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have a lot of varieties here in front of us. I could see we have first of all, I must really commend your packaging is of a really high class.
Thank you.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people do the Garri and they put Garri granules and sugar package, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I have never seen it to be something you can make as huge as this one. Mm-hmm. And I must really commend that you have actually created a niche for yourself. Now, right here, we have varieties of items. Now, from what I have here, this is
Sisi Pelebe.
Okay. What is that? You want to talk to us about it?
It's just you know why we're growing up, we actually ate all the stuffs
I know.
We're growing up. So it
makes me want to open and
so
taste this one already.
It's just granite pounded with sugar, honey, and just fried. That's just it. So it formed this. So the local name, Sisi Pelebe, that's what everybody knows it as, like Sisi Pelebe. Yeah.
And then in the north, I think it's called Gidi or so.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really cool. And then this,
that's the chin chin flakes.
Chin chin flakes.
Yeah, so we have the regular chin chin, we have the macaroni chin chin, and we have the chin chin flakes.
Okay. This really sounds as original as the one I used to know. Yeah. Now we have this is the
macaroni
chin. Cool. And then we have the Garri.
Garri, yes.
It's like the starting of everything.
Yes.
And then we have the cookies. Mm-hmm. Then okay, you need to help me with this regular chin chin and the rest. Okay, tell me, how has this whole stuff so far been treating you?
It has been treating me really good, because when I started, I was a bit shy because I was like, Garri was not my thing.
Garri with the slay queen.
Yeah, so when I started, we were like, Sean, why are you selling Garri like it's something important? It's just Garri. So my Garri is different, and why I always sell it, because I always say, oh hi, my name is Adola Sean. I sell Garri and it has the 3 unique seeds, it's crispy, it's crunchy, and so people say, okay, let me see how this tastes. The way you talk, okay, let me see how your Garri tastes. So when I'm like, oh yeah, it's really crunchy, it's really clean, it's sand free, and also people just get to like the fact, and again, because of the way I market my brand, so that's why people keep coming, like, okay, let me see what you sell. Because of how you market your brand, let me see if truly your brand worth it. So when they get to try it, oh, okay, and referrals, I get referrals. People get to say, okay, Sheon, I need this. I need 5 bags of Garri. And when I started, I was just starting with 2.5 kg.
Okay.
Just 2.5 kg. From 2.5 kg, I did the 1 kg, the 5 kg, and the 10 kg.
Okay. Really nice. So you want to say that so far it's been treating you cool, and it's something you would want to stay on, or is this something by the side?
No, not something by the side. I want to stick to this.
So what happens to our political career? Are we letting it go?
No, I'm not letting it go. That's if I really want to focus on my career. But right now, I'm not focusing on it right now. I really want to build this and make it known locally and internationally.
Okay, talking about branding. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I really commend your effort and your idea of making it look this dope. What came through your mind when it was time for branding? You know what, it has to be this way. What did you actually think of at the time to come up with this?
Okay, because I know these are local, not really local, but this is something that people can get from the streets, from the market. So I wanted something catchy. I wanted something that when people see it, okay, this is what I want to get. And I wanted something really hygienically, so people can say, okay, yeah, your product is very neat. I'm not getting it from the roadside. Yeah. I want to get it something. So I had to think of a package that I can use to attract my audience. So I actually checked and checked. So I got a very nice pack. Actually got like 3 packs, 3 different packs. So I actually picked one and I'm like, okay, this is perfect. So because my logo was black and I needed a white pouch. So I'm like, okay, black will go on this. So that's okay. So I just had to do like a sample. Like I said, I did a sample first and I introduced it on my social media. And when I did, everybody just liked it. Like, oh, okay, yeah, this is great. I would really like to produce.
Okay, so obviously, I don't want to believe that you're the one producing all these items we have here, like from the flakes to the chin chin to the kulikuli, and then you do kilishi too.
Yeah, the kilishi, I source the kilishi all the way from Kano and sometimes Kaduna.
Now, do you have employees working under you?
No,
working for you, creating these things?
No, I do all by myself.
Yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, this is impressive. This is really impressive. So did you have to go to learn these things, or is something you've always known how to?
I didn't learn it. Sometimes I check YouTube to check how to make some stuffs and all that. So
and this right here I have in my hands, I really like.
Thank you. So I had to learn and check. But the Garri, no, because I sourced the Garri all the way from Ogun State.
So tell us about challenges so far. I mean, sourcing and, having to go through learning and stuff. What are the major challenges you've had to deal with?
Sometimes when there is cassava, maybe there's scarcity of cassava, and that is when people or clients really want to order Garri. So sometimes I try to like, okay, Mappy, just give me some time, or I have like 2 suppliers. So if one doesn't work, I go to the other. So, and I like to stick to one particular person because that's the brand. That's the Garri I started with, and that's what people like. So I sometimes it's very, very challenging, and people always want to go elsewhere. So I always try to make sure that I have a lot of bags with me, so it won't be I won't be out of stock. So I always make sure I order a lot of bags, like big bags, a lot. So even if the scarcity of cassava, I still have my Garri.
So price range, tell us about this, because this looks scary. A lot of people look at it and be like, you know what, it's cool, but then can I even afford this to start with?
Yes. Because I make sure all my products are very, very economical, because Garri, you can get Garri elsewhere. You can get Garri on the road and you can get it cheaper. So I always make sure that the margin is a bit small so people can actually afford it. So I make sure that everybody, or my product, is something that people can afford. So when I introduce the people, like, okay, the difference is not so much. So I can afford your product. So before I started, my 2.5 kg was a bit, I did 1,000 naira, but because cassava was a bit high, so I had to increase it to I had to increase it to 300 naira plus 300. So I'm selling my 2.5 kg 1,003. So sometimes the cassava can be very high, sometimes it might be very low. So it depends on the pricing. But my products are very, very, very affordable, as in very, very affordable, because some of my so my 1 kg is 700 naira.
For the Garri?
Yes, for the Garri.
Okay.
My 2.5 kg is 1,003. My 5 kg is 2,002. My 10 kg is 3,700. Yeah, 3,700.
Okay. Someone saw me going through your handle today, and then he's like, okay, the packaging is really dope. How much do you think she sells this one? And in my head, I'm like, this is 2 packages. It should be like 35k. So he screamed like, am I about to buy a bag of rice or something? I'm like, no, well, this is 37. And then it really impressed me to even get to find out that it was as low as 3,700, which means that you're doing supremely great, with quality and at the same time customer service. It's not about making money, like the extra cash. You're about also satisfying the clients as well. So tell me, every entrepreneur has experienced somehow in one way or the other some sort of hazards. I'd like to know your most awkward moments with a client. What is that one event that happened and then you look back and you're like, oh my God, how did I get through that? I want to know. But it's okay if you don't have any hazards, but I don't want to believe you don't have any hazards. I do.
Okay. My Garri has always been clean.
Okay.
Clean. So, because I was not around at that moment, so I just told the woman to just bring it all the way. So I didn't even check. Because normally I always check my Garri. I take my cup and spoon and check it if it has some sand and all that. So I already distributed it. I did the packaging and sold everything out. So can you just call me and say, this is not your Garri. Your Garri is dirty. I'm like, oh no, that's not my Garri. So like, okay, I'll do a video. And she did a video and I'm like, oh my, I'm really sorry. Wow. Like, no, Sean, I know you. This is not Like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to exchange it when I have a new bag. So I called the woman that, why would you send me such Garri? She was like, oh no, it's the cassava and all that. I'm like, no. So I sent it to her back. And I'm like, oh, Sean, why would you do that? And I gave it to her. I'm like, oh, Sean, it's fine. And after that, she came back to her, like, okay, Sean, I need like 10 bags and all that. So some customers, I've not really had bad clients, because even if there's an issue, they always come back. And
because you've already set the standard for yourself,
yes,
which is very important.
Yes, and my customer service is top notch.
I know, I could tell.
So I always make sure that my customers are always very relaxed. Like, don't worry, Matt, don't worry, things are going to be perfect. You get. So I'm not perfect, but I always make sure that things are in order, so there won't be any mistake. Because even if I'm sending something, I always check, if there's any hole in my packet, if something is. So I always make sure that things are right before sending out my product. So
perfect.
That's the only problem I've had.
Cool. Yeah. It's good to know that you've not encountered the very funny things that entrepreneurs go through on a daily.
No, I haven't.
So I want to have your take. I want to have your own take on product replication. Now you've come up with this very beautiful idea. Now, how would you feel, or how did you feel if you ever had come through with someone doing the same thing as you, someone coming up with something like this? You know what, I'm beginning to see that this girl is making so much money in this thing, so since I don't have any idea, I'm just going to have to replicate her ideas. How would you feel if you find out someone is replicating your concept?
Okay. Okay, when I started, I never knew people were doing Garri business. I just thought it was just me and maybe 3 other people. Okay. So when I checked on, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Lots of people.
There's a lot of people. So I'm like, oh, people are different. The way they market their brand is different. So I noticed that some people were actually copying my style of them talking about it. And I had to block them. Yes, I had to block them.
Oh God, now that's the realist.
Yes, I had to block them on my social media. I'm like, no. So later on, I had to unblock them. Like, no, there's no point in me blocking them. So I'm like, oh, I think they just want to learn from me. So I just had to unblock them. Like, okay, feel free, do whatever you want. I actually don't care. But if they copy my brand, the market is very big. We're different. The way you sell your brand is different from the way I sell my brand.
No, I love the fact that I have to ask that, because most of the entrepreneurs I had on this show, and I asked them, okay, how do you respond to concept replication or product replication? They go like, oh, well, what can I say? Meanwhile, don't mind me. I'm actually eating at the same time doing this. I cannot have this interview without having this thing in my mouth. That's how great they look. Now, first of all, when I have them and I ask them such questions, I'm like, how do you handle products and concept replication? They'd be like, okay, well, it's good to inspire people. When I see people replicate my products or my concept, I feel relaxed. I go to bed fulfilled. You know, I'm happy. I'm inspiring someone. No. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, are you even telling the truth? Now, I've had you come to say, you know what, I blocked them at some point. Like, I need to block you because
I had to, because I'm like, no, you can't just come to my page and start checking me out. And next thing I'm seeing you're doing the same thing. So I had to block them. And I'm like, there's no point blocking you. So feel free to do whatever. Copy my style, but the way you sell your brand is different from the way I sell my brand. So the way you sell your brand, how I sell my brand is the way I talk. And people just like the fact, oh, sure, yes.
And then your pretty face, because I went through your timeline and I saw that you're also slaying at the same time, sending this stuff. So
yeah,
I think that should be like a little secret that they probably do not know. Well, even if they know, they have to be pretty to replicate that part too.
Yeah.
Well, so if you weren't doing Garri Empire, what would you be doing?
I would have been a diplomat or working as an hostess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me, you've been in the online sector now, you've been in the business and hustle online. What advantage do you have over other people who are not doing the online business?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
You've been in the online business now, right?
Yeah.
So you've been on Instagram selling your products and stuff. And then you know definitely there are people who are not the social media kind of people who are almost doing the same thing like you. Not necessarily doing Garri and the rest of the things you do, but they're not on this platform. They're not doing the online business. What advantage do you have over them?
Because majority of my clients are on Instagram.
Okay.
So me selling my brand, that's why every time I always make sure I post on my page, because my audience matters a lot. So when they see, sometimes I even promote my page to make sure that everyone sees what I do. So customers online, to me,
so it helps you like
it helps me. Yes, help me reach out to a lot of people. Yes, larger. Yeah, because some, like my family and friends, referrals, but majority of my clients that I have today are on social media. Okay. So to me, it's very helpful.
So if you have a chance to start up something like in the open markets where you have to open a shop or something, would you take that and be like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to let the online business stuff go?
No, not at all. I'm still going to do that. Even if I'm going to open, because I'm planning on opening something like a cafe. So that's even going to be a plot, because even if I have a cafe, I have to also do a video and post it online so people can see that.
So
wow,
the online business really matters to you then?
Yeah, it does. 100%.
Okay, going through all of this, and you've been in it for like 2 years now, right?
Yes, 1 year, yeah.
And you've grown this big. I'd like to know some of the 3 lessons you've learned, your experiences from the awkward ones to the highlights of the moments. What are the 3 experiences you've actually learned? Your experiences that you've had to learn from. I mean, give us lessons you learned.
Consistency is key.
Okay.
Because when I started, I had to keep pushing, because people always want to see what you sell. And I believe that also you have to market your brand. Without marketing, I don't think people always want to have a listening ear or see what you sell. So consistency, marketing, and
you really have to think now.
And
never to disappoint, I think, because I think you're really conscious of that. You don't want to forehand.
No, not at all.
I understand. Okay, so what do you think your fellow entrepreneurs are not doing right, that you think if they change or reconsider, it will help help them build their brands and whatnot?
You have to be very focused as an entrepreneur. You just don't say, you want to start something and your mind is not in your business. It doesn't make sense. So you have to be focused, like, okay, yes, this is what I want to do, and I'm not going to go back. So you have to be very focused. You have to know what you want for yourself, for your brand. You also need to be a go-getter and also have the knowledge of what you're doing. Because if you don't have the knowledge of what you're doing, you can't sell your brand.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls listening to us, wherever it is you're listening from, it's been such a fantastic moment with one of my inspiring. I'm really inspired now to do. I don't know what to go into right now, but with this thing in front of me, I might have to go and start learning how to. I don't want to replicate yours, but I might have to go and learn something and learn how to package to look this dope at the same time. Well, it's been a fantastic journey with my guest on this week's edition of Social Trader, and it's been Adu Oluwaseun, a graduate of Political Science and International Relation from Crawford University. And remember, I told you earlier that she's the Chief Executive Officer, Garri Empire, a home of crispy and crunchy Ijebu Garri, which she founded in 2018, and it's been up and running ever since. Trust me, it's not just about Garri. Forget about the name now. She has a lot of things that you might like to go and check out for yourself and probably place your own orders. So I'm going to let her quickly call out to her Instagram handles, connects, where we could actually get through to her in case we want to see what she is on and about. And I'm going to just give out the platform right now. Just tell us how we can get through to you.
Okay, my name is Adu Oluwaseun, founder of Garri Empire and Excel. Garri Ijebu, the only Garri Ijebu that has the 3 unique C's. It's crispy, it's crunchy, and it's clean. So you can reach me on the Garri_Empire, and you can call me or send me a message 080-960-9207. I repeat, 080-960-9207. Thank you.
So are you done with the commercials? I'll tell you the bills. I'll send my invoice to you and you pay me for that. Did you see the way you took your time and advertised yourself? We've been talking since, and that was you just, we're just having gins. This is just changing, bantering. And then when it was time for details, you went all official on me. How could you do that?
I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. That's fine. So you want to check out Adu Oluwaseun on Instagram and get to know what she is about. Trust me, she is one of the most inspiring entrepreneurs I've actually come across, and she's doing supremely well serving our society today. Up next is our top 3 tips on how to succeed doing business online, and I'll urge you to stick around because this is not the end of the show. Do not even touch the dial.
Today's market transcends beyond herbs and shops. Global Trends sets the pace for today's trader. On Africa Business Radio, we bring you Social Trader, keeping you updated around the world of online business across social media platforms on africabusinessradio.com.
Okay. Welcome back from that guest segment. And I want to sincerely believe that some entrepreneur somewhere has listened and has gotten some sort of motivation and inspiration to take their passion to the next level. That was Antonia. And I want to know that she has actually passed some tips on how to get successful. And moving on, talking about tips, let's get to find out our top 3 tips on how to succeed doing business online on this week's episode. I'm very excited. You know what? To succeed in business today, you need to be flexible and have a good planning and organizational skills. Many people start their business thinking they will turn on their computers and open their doors and start making money just like that. Well, only to find out that making money in a business is much more difficult than we thought. You can avoid this in your business ventures by taking your time and planning out all the necessary steps you need to achieve in success. Well, my number 1 tip today is get organized. Are you disorganized? Well, you want to get organized right now because it's the sure way to success doing business online. Be organized. Get organized. To be successful in business, you need to be organized. Yeah. Organization will help you complete your task and help you stay on top of things to be done. A good way to do this is to create a to-do list each day. As you complete each items, check it off your list. This will ensure that you are not forgetting anything and you are completing all the tasks that are essential to the survival of your business. Number 2, keep detailed records. Remember, I'm giving you top 3 tips on how to succeed doing business online as an entrepreneur, and I hope you're taking note of everything. Number 2 says, keep detailed records. Now, all successful business keep detailed records. By keeping detailed records, you will know where the business stands financially and what potential challenges you could be facing. Just knowing this gives you time to create strategies to overcome those challenges. And number 3, which makes it the last tip for this week, analyze your competition. Analyze your competition. Now, competition breeds the best results. To be successful, you can't be afraid to study and learn from your competitors. After all, they may be doing something right that you can implement in your business to make more money. Yes, that's it. So do not be afraid to be in a competition with some sort of person from now henceforth. Don't worry, you're open to correction, you're open to learning, so it's okay to, get some ideas from someone and put a little twist on it. And that will be it on my top 3 tips on how to succeed doing business online. But just before I go, how about my take home for today? Well, my take home today is there's only one boss, the customer, and he can fire everybody in the company from the chairman on down, simply by spending his money or her money elsewhere. Until next time, remember to follow us across all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Africa Business Radio, Twitter at Africa Biz Radio. And you can also stream live to listen to this particular episode in case you missed out or any other episode about the show. And you know what? You can actually go on to check out some fantastic shows that we have on this platform. And you also want to listen on some fantastic shows that we have lined up on our podcast channel. So what you waiting for? Go on right away and have some great time. And of course, build your brand as an entrepreneur. Until then, until next time, have a great one day, entrepreneur. Bye.